So this, I have down here at Pinewood a good friend of mine who's a great coon hunter. Charles Artis has in his, for hunting companion, one Drayton Elliott. And Charles knew for a fact that Drayton had never in all of his life of hunting all over the watery and santee swamps, never to have seen a skunk because they're just not native of this part of the country. One day Charles was traveling the upper part of the state and chance ran over and killed this skunk, and immediately his mind went back to Drayton back in Pinewood. So Charles procured a well-insulated sack and tied a handkerchief around his nose. He took a stick and maneuvered that body of that skunk into that sack, tied it securely, put it in the trunk of his automobile, and non-stop down to Pinewood and around to Drayton's house. Luckily found him home and spoke to him, said, "Drayton?" "Yes, Mr. Charles." "Drayton, I want to ask you to do me a favor." "Oh, yes, sir, Captain, what that, sir?" He said, "Drayton, I happen to have here Drayton, have you ever seen a mountain coon?" "No, sir." "So where you get a mountain coon from?" "I got him up on the mountain." Says, "I'd like to get you to clean it for me. I want to bake it tonight." So you know, I'd do it myself, but I got an appointment up in Sumter. "Oh, yes, sir, where that mountain coon is?" He said, "All right, and Charles opened the trunk, dropped the sack on the ground, took off, not to Sumter, but uptown to little Pinewood, where Charles went up and down the street telling all of his friends about the trick he had played on old Drayton. Well, they enjoyed the joke for a couple of hours, and then finally Charles asked some of his friends, said, "Now, how many of you all can guarantee me to keep a straight face?" And there were two volunteers. Back to Drayton's house they went. When they arrived, they found him seated on the back step of his house in a complete change of clothing. So Charles ambled up and said, "Drayton?" "Yes, sir, Mr. Charles." Said, "Drayton, did you get around to clean that mountain coon for me?" "Yes, sir, Mr. Charles." "But, Mr. Charles, I want to ask you something, sir. How long it been since you had killed that thing?" "What's the matter, Drayton? Did it have an odor?" "An odor? For God, Captain, I ain't never smelled nothing like that since I've been born in this world." Well, Charles suppressed a laugh, said to him, "Well, I'm sorry about that, Drayton, but what have you done with my mountain coon?" "Oh, don't you fret yourself about that, Captain. I done take care of that for you, sir. You see, Captain, the way that thing been smelling, I figured fixed the spiral, so I done take it up to your house and put it in your refrigerator for you, sir."